and she always just wanted to have like a white husband and be like, you know, married to like a established white man. And she used to tell me like, oh, I don't date black men. And she's like, in fact, when I was in high school, I was known as the girl that would like go to the club and basically steal your man. And she would tell me these stories about how there were all these like rich, pretty, like blonde white girls with blue eyes who had everything in the world. They were like popular girls. And Candace said, oh yeah, I would always like go to the clubs and go out and like make out with their boyfriends.
Let he who is free of sin file the first defamation lawsuit. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's actually kind of funny. I have to give him credit for that. Yeah, I mean, grace and peace, everybody. We are back. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, so you know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about Laura Loomer. She's been having a week. She drugged Candace Owens into some very deep and muddy, murky water. And I believe Candace has had to tap out. But also, Laura Loomer lost the lawsuit, or at least had her case thrown out, that she filed against Bill Maher. And I just want to look at some of the things that what Bill said, whether they're funny or not, and the difference, and compare them to what Laura Loomer has been saying about Candace. So let's bring it in. Let's go.
Federal judge tossed Laura Loomer's 2024 defamation lawsuit against Bill Maher and HBO out on Wednesday. Loomer filed the lawsuit over a joke Maher made on his broadcast show Real Time with Bill Maher in September 2024, where he implied she had a sexual relationship with President Trump.
Maher said at the time, in part, quote, Laura Loomer's in an arranged relationship to affect the election because she's very close to Trump. She's 31, looks like his type. Loomer responded to the ruling on X, writing, the ruling today by Judge Moody in favor of Bill Maher following his initial dismissal of Bill Maher's motion to dismiss my defamation lawsuits. Both factually wrong and legally wrong. She later continued this judgment should be reversed on appeal, either at the 11th Circuit and at the Supreme Court if necessary. It's truly an attack on women and the truth.
This didn't stop X users from joking about the situation. Author Grant Stern responded, quote, Laura Loomer just got loomered by a federal judge. Her defamation lawsuit against the exercible Bill Maher has been tossed. Why are you laughing?
I didn't realize this was still going on. Bill Maher said, I mean, I don't believe Laura Loomer was ever sleeping with Donald Trump, to be clear. But he's like a comedian, kinda. It was sort of a joke. I didn't think it was like a straightforward factual claim, so I didn't really think it was legally actionable. Also, Laura Loomer, and I'm not even saying this in a hating way, because lately I've been appreciating more and more of her posts.
She's been wild.
Frankly, because she's been going after, do you know who she's been going after? Candace.
So she's doing all the work
and
for
the
you.
enemy of my enemy is my friend, I guess.
That's not right. I don't believe in that.
But she's been saying things about Candace and others that are also like pretty over a line of, I don't know if you can back that up with facts. Which is what Candace does too. They're, you know, whatever. They're going at it. You should not, but, you know, let he who is free of sin file the first defamation lawsuit. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's actually kind of funny. I have to give him credit for that. Yeah, I mean, we're going to watch some of the things that, we'll see what Bill Maher said. We're going to see what Laura has said. And I kind of agree with him. Like, just take it on the chin and keep going.
Or she, I guess.
Well, that's my biggest thing with her. I mean, you talk about defamation. So I don't know if you would call it defamation the way she comes at Candace Owens currently.
I mean, defamation is a very specific thing.
Right, but even with Ilhan Omar, she's completely always said claims about this woman that are not corroborated, like constantly harassing this lady online.
Ilhan Omar?
Yes. No, Laura Loomer and Ilhan Omar go back and forth a lot. So she's talking about like the way that what Bill Maher said, maybe it's rude, but we can categorize what he said very similarly to the things
maybe Ilhan Omar can spend less time fighting with Laura Loomer and more time counting how much money she has.
We certainly can talk about her finances.
Because she was off by several $1 million.
Hard to do.
Many zeros there.
Definitely hard to do.
Yeah.
All right. So before we jump into that, I agree. I mean, I agree. I wish those hosts would like allow each other to talk, though. That was kind of wild. But anyway, I agree. Like, just take it on the chin, Laura, and keep it moving. I think she has much more to gain by letting it ride than trying to sue. But let's see what actually Bill Maher said. Just for context, because I hadn't heard it, because I don't pay attention to this. So let's see what he said.
I think maybe Laura Loomer's in an arranged relationship. to affect the election because she's very close to Trump. She's 31, looks like his type. We did an editorial here a few years ago. You're remembering it already. It was basically, who's Trump? Because I said, you know, it's not nobody. He's been a dog for too long, and it's not Melania. I think we may have our answer this week. I think it might be Laura Loomer. I'm just saying.
Black, who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace Owens, and I'm happy to match her energy. I'm happy to wrestle in the mud with that and, you know, roll around and hurl insults back and forth with her if that's what she wants to do. I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. There's really honestly nothing that this woman can do to me. There's nothing that Candace Owens can say about me that's going to harm me. Candace Owens is a liar. Okay. And she's a deeply insecure woman who is very unloved at the end of the day. This is a woman who is allegedly in a relationship with a gay man who is always going to feel the rejection of her family, the rejection of her mother, the rejection of her family that she claims left her alone when she was 14 years old, right? To fend for herself. This is a girl whose parents gave up on her at a very young age, and she is not loved. And as I said, God hates you, Candace. God hates you.
Dang.
Your husband hates
Dang.
you. Humanity hates you. Everybody who loved Charlie Kirk hates you. Your children are 100% going to hate you. And if what Milo is saying about your husband allegedly getting plunged in the ass by other men is true, your husband, the person that you're supposed to grow old and died with, hates you, Candace. So just, if there's one thing that you need to do, Candace, you need to just internalize how hated you are. Okay. Just understand how much oxygen you're stealing and what a shame it is, how much oxygen you are robbing from this planet. I think there needs to be like a quota on the oxygen that Candace is allowed to consume. Just understand how hated you are. I just want you to internalize every single time you do your show and you think that you are, you know, spreading your truth. Just internalize how well, the thing about Candace is she was always.
So, wow. Laura has been destroying her. And this is another segment that I found as well. So let's bring this in and I'll let it finish up.
A Democrat. She was always a radical leftist, and she used to have this site called Social Autopsy where she would dox people, specifically conservatives. And it wasn't until she started dating Ryan that Ryan started talking to her about President Trump and convinced her to make videos in her garage. So Ryan helped her get a YouTube channel set up, helped her get a Twitter channel set up, and he would help her write the scripts for these videos where she would talk about Black Lives Matter. And I remember because, like I said, they would talk about this openly when we would go out. We used to go to this little tapas bar in Greenwich and hang out all the time. And I just remember her saying like, oh, I was always a leftist. And then Ryan started making me more conservative. Ryan and his mom, Lisa. And privately, when we weren't around Ryan, you know, I would ask her sometimes like, oh, do you think you're going to marry Ryan? She's like, oh, yeah, Ryan's always been there for me. When I had my infections on my face from when I was in this mold infested apartment, Ryan was there for me. I looked like a monster and my skin was basically falling off my face, but Ryan was always there for me. And Ryan always took care of me. And Ryan always did this. And Ryan always did that. And his mother, Lisa, oh my God, I just adore his mother, Lisa. She's the best. She's the best. And I just remember her always talking about how she wanted to be like a suburban wife. Like she wanted to drive like a black Escalade. She used to talk about how Club Monaco was her favorite store. And she always just wanted to have like a white husband and be like, you know, married to like a established white man. And she used to tell me like, oh, I don't date black men. And she's like, in fact, when I was in high school, I was known as the girl that would like go to the club and basically steal your man. And she would tell me these stories about how there were all these like rich, pretty, like blonde white girls with blue eyes who had everything in the world. They were like popular girls. And Candace said, oh yeah, I would always like go to the clubs and go out and like make out with their boyfriends and basically be like, I could take your man, bitch. Like, that's how she literally used to talk. And she would say, there was something just like really satisfying to me about being a black girl from the hood, being able to like walk into a ritzy bar in Greenwich and leave with the hottest white guy there and basically like ruin the relationship of like the popular white girl. This is how she used to speak. And one time when we were hanging out and I was sleeping over at her house, she was wearing these really short shorts and she had this like crop top on, and she leaned over to pick something up. And she had a tramp stamp. She actually had a tramp stamp on her like lower back above her butt. And I was like, oh, wow, you have a tramp stamp. I was kind of like teasing her about it. And she's like, yeah, someday I need to get it removed though. She was like, yeah, someday I need to get it removed. And I think she said she got it when she was like 17 or 18 years old. So again, she likes to make herself out to be like, she's like this very prim and proper woman married to this man who, you know, she knew for 2 weeks, who some people think he's gay. Lavender marriage, who knows, right? There's a lot there going on. But she's not who she makes herself out to be. This is a girl that used to talk about like, you know, how she would walk into clubs and bars and steal like, oh, the white athletic guy from the white blonde girl just to show her that, oh, you know, I can take your man. I can take your man. Like very ghetto behavior.
All right, but Laura Loomer's been giving her that work. What do y'all think? Do you think that Laura is making a good case? Do you think that she needs to, you know, take it on the chin as it relates to Bill Maher? Should she continue that defamation case? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. This is going to be interesting. I don't know how the rest of this is going to go, but we got a long way to the end of the month. So let's see how it ends. Everybody, thanks so much. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.